Hi folks, a big shout out goes to all my dear photography enthusiasts out there. This is the first time I'm doing a video on photography. It's definitely not because I'm an expert in photography, just because I really want to share the knowledge and experience I've gained in a recent event on how we can capture fireworks. As you all are aware of, Bahrain celebrated her 49th National Days in the last couple of days. And both these days we had fireworks going around in 3 different locations. So I always wanted to capture fireworks photographs, but I never got an opportunity. But this time around, thanks to my friends, I got an opportunity to go to one of these locations in Bahrain Bay and find a sweet location and capture a few fireworks snipes. So this video is all about sharing what I did, how I did to capture those photographs. It's not that those came out really great, but then I've got few appreciation from my friends, so that encouraged me to do this video. At least I'm pretty sure this will be helpful to those newcomers in photography who really want to capture fireworks photographs. So here we go. I'll just take you through the things what I did, the must do things in photography, especially when you're capturing the fireworks, and then the settings, basic settings you should follow, and the things what I did right to capture those photographs. So let's get into this. Alright, now there are a few very important things you should follow while planning for a firework photography session. First and foremost is the location itself, because you simply don't want to click those bursts which is coming out in the sky. You want to capture the full frame where something important, some iconic buildings are in the backdrop, so that you can always relate that photograph to that particular country. So location is very important. Secondly, reaching the location well in advance. This is very important because many people they take it casually, and then at the last moment they won't be in a position to reach to that location because of the traffic block, because these are all popular events and it attracts massive crowds. So that is very important in getting out and reaching that location as early as possible. We reached to this location around 3 hours early, and we don't regret even a single moment where we had to wait for such a long time, because many of our friends couldn't reach to the location where we had this fireworks happening. So it is very important to get out as early as possible and reach the location as early as possible, so that you have an advantage of exploring the location, finding the right spot, so that you can find your right frame, along with setting up your camera. You don't have to rush through with all this stuff, because it's very important in finding the right spot with the right frame allocation, and the camera settings are in proper, so that the moment when it comes, you go and take out the best moments. And thirdly, it's a gear what you carry. You should have a decent camera. Any entry-level camera will do to capture the fireworks, DSLR or mirrorless. Make sure you carry enough backup batteries, as well as the memory cards, because you don't know how many shots you have to take, because you can't be measured about this. You have to go all out, take as many shots as possible, so that you find a few of the good ones as per your liking. And the most important thing is having a tripod, because fireworks photography is all about long exposure shots. It's nothing less than 1 second or 2 seconds always. So you can't handhold the camera and take photograph without shaking. So you should have a steady tripod to capture fireworks photography. So we'll get into the details of the settings what you should follow, and the best methods and easy methods what we can follow to capture the right frames. Talking about the basic settings in your camera, the exposure triangle, as you all know, we play around with 3 variables, which is the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speed. Now for the fireworks photography, we keep the ISO and aperture as constant and play around with the shutter speed. That's the whole idea. So ISO, let's keep it as low as possible. Many cameras allow that you to go to 100 as your lowest point. There are cameras which allows you to go beyond 100, which is 50. So keep it at the lowest point so that you get a grain-free, noiseless image. And the aperture, again, it depends on the sweet spot of your lens. So many lenses gives you a good result at 8. So keep it at 8 or 9 as aperture. And then we'll play around with the shutter speed. Okay, now comes the tricky part in your 5x photography, which is the shutter speed. So to get good results, you need to play around with shutter speed. You need to vary the shutter speed and take images so that you won't know which one comes out the best. I've seen people using fixed shutter speed like 8 seconds or 6 seconds and constantly take photographs. The issue with this method is that when it comes to the burst mode, when it comes to the high intensity burst of the fireworks, you might get overexposed images. So it's always good to play around with the shutter speed, like you try with 2 seconds, even 3 seconds, 4 seconds and 5 seconds. To do that, the best method you should follow is change your camera to the bulb mode, not the manual mode. Put it in bulb mode so that you can control the shutter speed all the time. And then in your camera, this is 5D Mark IV. Here we have got this shutter release button, touch release button. So if you don't have an intervalometer or if you don't have a remote to control your shutter speed, then ideally you should have a remote. So remotes will give you the best results. Like you can open your shutter and then try with 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or even 4 seconds, and then close it, and keep on doing that with different shutter speeds. But if you don't have a remote, then what you can do is like there is this touch mode in your screen. So if you touch, the shutter will open in the bulb mode, and then whatever duration you want, you can keep it open, and then touch again, then it will close. So that will give you the best results in taking different shutter speed images. Alright, so that's the basic settings you should follow in a 5x photography. I found that bulb mode is the best mode to follow, because you are playing around with your shutter speed, and you won't have a better mode than bulb mode to control your shutter speed all the time. So in 5D Mark IV, I was using the touch screen to capture these images. So the moment you touch the screen, shutter will open, and then you touch again and shutter will close. So there you'll get to see the seconds as well, like how long the exposure is. So that was pretty handy for me. And if not, then you can use a remote. So open the shutter and then try with 2 seconds, close it, then try with 3 seconds and close it. So you can take as many images as possible. And then I'm pretty sure once you're back, while you're going through your images, you'll find at least few of them good exposed images in your kitty. That's it from me, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. By no means this is an expert session. This is just an experience and knowledge sharing session, because I'm a beginner in photography, and I'm pretty sure many of those beginners who just venture into photography would want to go out and capture those fireworks. So hope this session will be helpful for those guys who really want to begin with their fireworks photography. Thank you, guys, and have a good day. Guys, I forgot to mention that after this video, I've just included few of the snaps which I've taken during this recent fireworks, which happened at Byron Bay. So you get an idea of the framing part, like where I was mentioning about keeping an iconic building in your frame, so that will add more value to your picture. Have a look at it. Thank you.